actually pretty good. Making noises. I see I already started. It was Studio app made for creators. Build your community. No, fuck my community. Nothing. Stop. Alright, where do I post this? I don't know where to post the link. Let's go. I guess I'll just put it in Haunted. Okay, let's get this cooking. Alright, so quick overview of the comp we're running. It is the Malga comp, the Tracer, kind of doing whatever in the backline, harassing. If they don't peel very well, then he can kind of go in for more assassinations. Reaper here, or the other DPS role, support the Malga, be a threat on the front side of things, and then we have the Brig. Excuse me, sorry. For good sustain, she can get a pack onto Brandon from a decent range if need be. Can displace people, all that stuff, survivability. And then we have the Juno to do Juno things. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. So, what they're rolling out with, obviously we don't know what they're rolling out with, so really the only thing that we have to be worried-ish about is the Pharaoh, just because the spam coming out can be obnoxious. So, but let's see. Oh, damn it. Is now struggling already. Okay, and we're back. Okay, so let's see, where is our supports? I need to figure out how to do the overlay again. Where is that? Yeah, we'll figure it out some other time. We'll roll with what we got. Okay, so we're coming up on the left. Alright, so just be mindful that our Brig is not with us and our Tracer isn't going to be ready just yet. So we can go in regardless of the Tracer, that's a little bit fine. But we were really late on the Brig there, so we just gotta be very careful with that. Oh, let me slow it down. There we go. Okay. So Mac is really low, but now that we're here, we should be getting some more heals on him. And this is why the Malga is pretty strong right now, is that he just doesn't die. So now right there you do die, because we are a little bit all over the place. Oh yeah, this is where our Brig gets knocked off. So we're a little bit all over the place with kind of where we're backing up. If our tank wants to back up in a certain direction, or your supports see that might not be a good idea because they can't see, or these might fall off the map or something, just direct them a little bit. And then so we're down 2, sorry, we're down 2, we should be just resetting from there. Alright, there we go. We get 1 kill. Yeah, so if they weren't taking the point, so it was okay to die a little bit late there. But if they were taking the point, we definitely wouldn't want to try and get out. I don't think you get out there, just contest. But Arjuno comes back with the ring to speed you guys in. Okay, so now we kind of switched, right? So our Tracer's over on the left, we're over here. We do have all 4 here though. We just got to be very, very careful that we're not going to get poked out by this Pharah. She's kind of like the biggest issue that we got going on. From a poke standpoint, excuse me. Alright, so we leave the Zarya bubble, which is good. And I know we were playing to kind of let the bubbles wear out a lot, which mostly on the second map, so we'll get to why we want to do something different. So like that bubble right there, we do break, and we definitely, okay, yeah, good. We're going right there. Now she gets another one anyway, but we should be following up. Alright, so no, we can't quite follow up, but we are in, and hopefully with how low they were there, Brandon would have been able to get a pick or two. But we got them to back up. They put a lot of resources to stay alive. And really big slam there, Jesus. It's so good that I'm gonna rewind it because I want to see Brandon's POV. Okay, so they just do a, their Sojourn kind of pushed up too far right there, so. But so he was kind of pre-aiming on that, and then you guys came and got the kill. So now you are even. And kind of the good thing we have right here is that the trade keeps our like backline pressure going, because we have the, our Tracer still up, but we still have our front line here. But like if we lost the Mauga, well, if you lost the Mauga, the fight's over there. But if we lose the Tracer, things get a little much harder. Like even if we trade, but just because that backline kind of going on is very difficult for them to deal with. All right, so we're starting to get a little bit too split, and so right here I think that we need to communicate a bit more with where we're as the fight is evolving, because we're getting a little bit too far split. Alright, and then alright, so we do come back. We're kind of unsure, and then we're going back in. Coming for you. Yeah, so that whole little pocket when we were over there, I want to let it go. The whole little pocket over there, Mauga wasn't able to get any heals because Juno was at a different angle. And right there, Matt, where you were playing, even though the Zarya was the person you were shooting at, you were leaving yourself kind of open because you were just out here. You leave yourself open, close it off if you can. I mean, even if you get right up on here, that gives you a little bit more. You shouldn't die here, but they definitely could have. All right, since we have Juno ult, we should be trying to use gives our Brig some heals right there to get Rally up a little bit faster. Alright, so we're taking the high ground here, and our Tracer is setting up. I was thinking, Brandon, I'd like you to be a little bit further up here, if for nothing else, just to scout. So we get booped off, okay. Then we come back. I feel like let me see. I don't want to assume we had. Oh wait, no, I was supposed to be going fast on this one. So, didn't want to get caught in bullshit. I mean, I understand you didn't want to get caught. At the same time, trading grab for one person isn't the worst thing in the universe. Yeah, right there. Just play it safe. You had the Wraith. Just play safe. And that's kind of that's one of those instances where, like, where I'm talking like we got to play to live more. Where the greedy thing, if you will, is to try and get to the cover without using Wraith. So then you have Wraith, but you know you paid for it. Versus if we just use Wraith to back off, yeah, you can't play more aggressive, but you're alive, and being alive is better than being dead. So Matt is coming over to the corner here. Okay, as long as we're keeping LOS on him. Alright, so now this is... You're dead here, Dragon, so obviously you can't do anything about it. But this is why the second DPS that we're running needs to be a threat on the front, because the Zarya just kind of was walking past Malga right here. And if we have that DPS, you know, the idea is that we deter them from doing that. I don't know how much damage you're getting right here, Brandon. It looks like you're kind of far away. So I feel like we want to be a little bit more of a nuisance in that. So let's see. Okay, so now you're coming back in finally. And so now though, you guys did a good job of kiting back as the Zarya was coming in. You didn't wait for her to get, and then you moved. You were moving as she was coming onto you. So now she's out of position here. And not saying you can kill her, but you at least are putting a lot of damage into her. And yeah, so that was a good bubble. We just popped that one. And then I like Brandon coming in here and following up on this. So let's take their mistake real quick and learn from it. If we are in this instance, we don't want to pop rally. We'd already lost one person, and so it's a 4v4, and our Zarya is like really out of position. Like their Zarya is really out of position and in cage, so the chances of us, you know, keeping them up with the rally is pretty low. Unless your Juno is gonna push in, then I mean maybe, but I think it's way better just to hold them. Okay. So from here, nobody should die. And we should just win the fight clean. Okay. Ooh, yeah, not a fan of that rally. We I can see why we did. You were right on that edge of, you know, dying. So definitely keeping it would be better. But it's not the worst thing ever. Okay, so right here. Where's the fair? Don't be afraid to, well, I guess the fair is there, so maybe we don't want to push up, but if the fair is not there, don't be afraid to hold up more. And when you do hold up, it's not like you're fucking like, you know, cementing yourself right here. It can be really, really soft, like, alright, we're just gonna get a little bit of tickle and, you know, back off. Just, especially because we're so close to that Reaper ult. Not, to be fair, not that it's a great ult, but we're so close to that, you know, and we just used 2 ults, so maybe we want to poke a little bit further ahead to get something going, but it's not too crazy. Alright, so we should be looking in, or we should be, maybe not looking here. So we kind of have a choice. We know we used 2, and they used 1 ult. Excuse me. Oh my god. They used 2. We used 2. They used 1. We know they're gonna have a lot of ults here. We have to make a choice. It has to be really, really fast. Are we going first, or are we kind of just using this as a wash, where we're gonna try and bait out a lot of their ultimates, and like it'll be a losing fight for us, but we'll just save for the next one. I think especially with the pulse bomb, if we were playing it more aggressively, we can try and get a pulse going from here as they're coming in, and then it just cancels out completely, where maybe they do throw ults in and maybe they do win the fight, but we'll take a pulse bomb for one of their ults at any day of the week. And another reason why I said I kind of feel like I wanted us to, not everybody, but at least Brandon here, to be holding up a little bit more. We could be scouting that they are a 4v5, because Sojourn is way in the back. No, granted, she is fastish, but we could play aggressive if we wanted to. So, alright, so they walk in and they grab, and then they use it. Okay, so now not much you can do. We do try and get a pulse, we do miss. So I know Brandon gets a good kill. So at this point, yeah, at this point, you should have just gone to Point Dragon. It's, you're not gonna. Yeah, you should have gone to Point. You had plenty of time. I'm just gonna look at your POV for a second, and then like the reason why I want you to go to Point here. So we're at 80. Okay, so you get pooped out. You're at 85. So what we can do is here. Yeah, just TP. Just honestly, just TP to the point, right there or right there, and then you have Wraith, and we're not going to get it to like 85 or 90, but we can get it up a little bit. So then from there though, you jump on Point, and either all four of them come and try and peel for you, and then Brandon can get out, or maybe only 3 are kind of shooting at you, so Brandon can get a 1v1, and then maybe he gets a kill. And I mean, you guys aren't going to win this unless you guys never miss a shot. But so then Brandon takes a 1v1 up here. Maybe he gets it, maybe he doesn't. But you can test, get it to, I don't know, 76. And then Brandon can come in and get it to 80, 82. And now we're right on that edge where it's like, okay, the next fight is going to basically do it for us. And this is why I yelled at you. Because yeah, she saw you. She was looking at her. The best case scenario is that you maybe 1 or 2 shot somebody, and then you die. So at best, we go into the next fight as a 4v4. Let's just get in the habit 5v5. Let's get in the habit of regrouping properly. Because when you get into league matches, you play how you practice. And if you practice not regrouping, then that's how you're gonna play. Sorry, eating a Smartie. Okay, so here, I like going into the right. I like that play. It cuts off anything the Pharah can do and gives you guys a direct beeline straight to Point right here. The only bad thing is Brandon's taking forever. Oh, sorry. And I also like that we use our Juno first. Like we dictated when this fight was happening. And now, like I said, Brandon, we got in here late. He is up there now though. What do you mean? You were just slow to get into position. Yeah, contestant silver major. So yeah, I don't like you. I don't know why you're just sitting up here, Brandon. I don't know what you're doing. You should have been. Like, you should have been. We scout. We know where they are. Really, we can hear them. So you're so late getting into her because you're. I don't know, do whatever.
This ends now.
Yeah, so we just took a really long time to get in, but it doesn't mean we're gonna lose the fight though. It's like playing a horror game. I mean that's fair. That is fair. That's fair. Okay, so now though. Okay, so now we're pretty split again, and by pretty split I mean just sort of a little bit. So our Brig's just kind of in the middle of Point. Our Malga's over there, and our Reaper's TPing up here. It's not the comp isn't gonna work if we split off like this because the Malga isn't a threat by himself. The Brig isn't a threat by herself. The Reaper, I mean, actually kind of a threat by himself, but overall not too much. And we should lose Mystic here. Yeah, so we lose Mystic here, and we don't have we're just not pressuring the front at all. And so like we're not accomplishing anything, right? There's no reason for them to turn around because Brandon can't get in there because there's no reason for them to look forward because we got stuff going on over here. And there's also a Pharah way out of position that we can be on. Now, I will say with the Pharah, it is tricky because we don't have anything great against her. I do not like this Reaper ult at all. Reaper ult is like Pharah ult. It's like if you can get one, it's about all you can hope for. But it should be used as safely as possible. It's not a win button.
This ends now.
Yeah, so we didn't even need to be working on the TP. Yeah, you also... Yeah, okay, yeah, you also can't telegraph it that much. If you're wraithing into them, that's like, I gotta be honest, that's like a, I don't know, silver move maybe? Plat move? Not even plat, that's like a silver gold move. You just can't do that. It's the easiest read in the entire game. There is a scenario where you can do something, but that is getting like super crazy niche. I mean, I know it is harsh, but I mean, that's what I'm not here to lie. Okay, you know what? All right, so I brought it up. I'm gonna talk about it. The only way that you can kind of even get away with something like that is if you establish a pattern, and like you throughout a map or a match, you wraith, and instead of backing off, you kind of like hang out, or you push in and then back off a little bit. So you're establishing a pattern that you are not going to wraith immediately out every single time. So they get used to you not going out all the time. So when they see you coming at them, they're not going to react like, oh, he has ult. But when they see you wraith in, or you always wraith out, and then the one time you wraith in, it's sending off alarm bells. You know, it's a Junkrat spamming the front line the entire match, and then you don't see them. You come in for a fight, and that Junkrat's gone. If alarm bells aren't going off that he's flanking for a tire, then well, to be honest, I don't know what to tell you. You should be fine. You should look. Patterns are easy to identify. We as humans just are good at them. So establishing a weird pattern can allow you to get away with something like that, but up to this point, we haven't. So when you go in like that, you're just like saying, "Hey, shoot and look at me." On top of it, it's not a great ult anyway. Like it's a good ult. It's not a great ult. Okay. So at the end of the tail here, so we got Matt going in. Where is? Oh, there's Juno. Okay, so we're down 2. They're down 2. The Zarya's pretty low, but let's just see how this goes. Excuse me. I remember how this goes. So we're calling 2 different targets here. So Matt's calling the Brig, Juno or Silco's calling the Zarya. And I'm gonna be honest, if Matt, if you're like 5% mechanically better, you probably kill this Brig here. So we're not gonna rail on it. And if Brandon if he had more HP, he could be following up on one of these, but he doesn't. So we need to be communicating that and not playing so aggressive here. Okay, so alright, so Matt sees that he can't get the Brig, so we swap over to the Zarya. Now Brandon is able to get in here, but the Zarya is pretty healed at this point, so we should just be looking to we should be looking to kind of stabilize here. There is no universe that you should be a life cycle, by the way. That is, that was. I don't even know if ballsy is the right word, but you should have been you should have been dead. If you use your speed ring, and I don't remember comms here, but if you're using speed ring, call it so he can, instead of backing up underneath that way, you could have given it to him, and if you wanted to back up this way, or if he was coming this way, then you could have met him here with speed ring, and you would have been a whole lot safer. Now you do get out, but you shouldn't have. And then Brandon gets out. Okay. Okay, so where are we at? We're coming in as a 5v5, yeah. Alright, win condition. What do we have versus what they have? What we have is a pulse bomb. That's it. This is dry bones for us. They're going to have rally pretty soon. And if the fight drags on for a really, really long time, we'll probably have Tinkleds coming up. So, depending on tracking-wise, maybe we've been tracking, maybe we haven't been, but for our perspective, we have a pulse bomb. That's all we got to work with. So, we need to be trying to get the pulse bomb as fast as we can, and making sure that he is able to have an opening to get in there. So, just kind of in the neutral. Alright, so good. We get a and that's kind of the one why I like the Tracer here. Because that Fair goes completely out of the way, Tracer spots her, is able to get her down. Where we are at on point is a bit rough for Matt and Dragon. Mostly Dragon though, just because there's not much for you to get onto from this angle. Let's see, so we're shooting at the... Okay, so we were shooting at the Zarya, and the Tracer was for a pulse bomb and missed, unfortunately. But... So Matt gets booped. And so yeah, so there comes the rally, and then yeah, so he just exploded. I mean... About the only thing is don't pin there, but... Or maybe, yeah, that's about the only thing you could have done right there. And actually, taking it back a fight though, if we didn't use the Death Blossom in that manner, we could have had something here, actually. You know what, actually, oh yeah, I'm going backwards. And I hate to rail on the Death Blossom again, but we don't use it there. Even if you die there, we're still in the same spot, but now we have Death Blossom. Now, again, not a great ult, but it is something we can use. And where they were positioned here, and in particular that Juno, we could have gotten a decent position before they had rally, and even if they had, before the rally, she was over here anyway. So we could have had a decent position to use it. But Mystic went in. Yeah. So at this point, it's a just try and clutch, which doesn't happen, but 99-96, really good fight. I would probably say if you don't, Matt, if you don't pin in there, it's probably the better choice. But that's a tough one because it's a pretty neutral fight. You know, I can see why you went in. We're trying to. That Zarya was low.
Ready for battle.
I don't know why all that's just popped up. I know here we swapped to the... wait for it. Wait for it. Venture. We can get to it. I remember names. I would fast forward, but Brandon told me that if you fast forward too much, you get DC'd. Or if you skip forward, or just skip in general too much. handicap wheelchair. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. I also never realized that those are boats. They're boats on a boat.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Actually, this boat's fucking huge. Holy shit. I know it's an icebreaker, but goddamn, that thing's huge. Anyway.
1.
Okay, so we're rolling out. Coming up top. Alright, so I know we talked about it yesterday, but easy combo, right? Adventure digs, Matt charges in, Matt slams, Adventure pops up, win fight. The big switch is that they were on Genji though, instead of the Pharah, and Matt just gets obliterated. Yeah. I feel like we were. I feel like we put a lot of damage into the Genji as they were reflecting, but yeah. Yeah. This is a good job by them. I know you guys backed up immediately, basically as soon as Matt died. But this is the importance of following up and when you get an advantage, because the point wasn't even capped, or you couldn't cap the point anyway. So there's no reason for them to stand back in that. So good job by them. And a good job backing up immediately. Just they were able to push up. They had a tank, right? Alright, so with the Venture instead of the Reaper, we are flanking a little bit more. And by a little bit more, I mean a lot of it more. We definitely want to try and be in a little bit more. I think you missed your Bashy up top, but... Alright, so now we're in. And Brandon's touching point, which this is perfect. What are we gonna see them rotate? Can Brandon win a 1v1? Are they sending more people to point? Let's see what they do. Alright, so they're sending the brig to the point. This is perfect. Brandon, if you stay up there, I'm gonna go really slow actually. Okay, so yeah, so that was perfect, right? So Brandon touched point, the brig comes to contest the point, and now Brandon's up here, and it's not technically a 5v4 because she's still really close, but she is in a position that you guys can push in, or if we wanted to play it where Brandon can continue to contest a point and get on top of her. But now we got Tracer in a really good position at the back, and we just pushed in. So let's see how we. Now we did stall out a little bit here. That's okay. Blue Dragon missed the little thing there, but that's okay. Alright, so now we're getting really split right here. Alright, so we're peeling back. Ooh, tell me we get him. Did we get him? Alright. Unfortunate that Brandon had to die to get him, but the worst case scenario is that he dies and we don't trade. So, neutral scenario, we got the trade. So we can put pressure in. Yeah, we can put pressure on point, or just pressure on their team, and we do. Really good job getting the brig out of position. We can kill her. We can kill her. Maybe. Okay, so we can't kill her. Definitely one of the scenarios where if we were just like 5-10% better mechanically, we kill her. But that's okay. Alright, Dragon, you're way too far in. Yeah, and you die for it. Yeah, so imagine if you just stay here. Not even like here where I'm pointing to, but just staying with the team. You're helping with the Zarya. Zarya probably still gets out, but there's a better chance if you can boop her in. Maybe we hold her, get it, instead. And then they come back in. It's a 5v5. So we're kind of treating this next one because they're gonna come in very quickly. We need to kind of already be thinking in our head a stall fight, if I'm being honest right here. So pumping just a shit ton of heals into Matt here, letting him stay on point, and then Mystic, and then Silco. Or I'm sorry, no, Matt. then Brandon, and then Mystic, and then Silco here. Because the 5v4s are just so hard to get a W on. I don't hate the pulse one though. It was worth a shot. Try and get in. And we're just pumping in heals into the Malga. And I think I said during to play a little bit tighter corners. So like you were kind of just out here in the open a bit. Now you're in here. Didn't hit one pulse. I'll say actually that's a good point to bring up though. We are going to miss shots. We are going to miss abilities. We are going to make mistakes, and we're going to have misplays. That's just the way it is, right? If we were hitting more abilities and more shots and that, then we wouldn't be diamond or plat or whatever. You know, we'd be up in masters, which means you wouldn't even be playing here, or you'd be in top 500 or GM or whatever. So we're gonna miss abilities. That is a given. So I'm not gonna harp anybody on just, hey, we didn't hit pulse bombs this game, right? Would it help if we did? Yeah, you know, yeah. But it is what it is. We do not make sure though here. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we cannot let them have point. So Matt goes in, which is good because again we did not want them to. I'll do it myself. It's fine. Yeah, we did not want them to flip point, so he goes in. Just timed it. Well, basically at the exact same time as Zara grabbed it. So now this is about the best. Honestly, this is the best scenario, right? Because this was a 5v4, and they used 2 ults. So I mean, we can't. And 2 good, or the Grav in particular, but the Grav Dragon. Using both of those is great. About the best thing we can hope for. So now, though, if we're ult tracking, we should know that they're close to support ults, and so we only have ours. But we're really close to the cage, so let's just see how this goes. We go in. Alright, so we go in hard with that, which is holy shit. He got booped so far. I like it, and then they are using theirs in response. But I like ours better though because we decided the tempo. Even if you use your ult's reactionary in like a like, oh, if they use rush, I'm gonna use rush, or if they use rally, I'm gonna use rally. They going first, just hey, I am determining when this fight starts. So okay, so we're going in. Not Matt. So Dragon comes in. Okay, so a little discombobulated. Dragon's in a little bit too far for me. Yeah. When you did your little, or actually, you didn't even need to do your little spear thing because you were right here. And unless it's gonna get you somewhere safer, you could have just stayed right there. But the miscommunication part though is, you were too far forward, and Matt was just coming in right then. So now you're even though, and they are. You guys still have the advantage, I would say, just because of where you're positioned. Now they have the point, which is better for them. But okay, Matt, don't die on me. Yeah, we kind of get burst really hard there. Now, it ends up being a really good cage because the only way they can test is this little tiny corner right there, and they didn't want to. So we actually get a flip, and we're down though. It's a 3v4. We got to play it very careful. Perfect. So now we do lose. So okay, so we you know, we kind of. I'm just letting it play out. These types of fights at this point in time are very much a someone has to clutch fight because it's so just sloppy, right? Where Ults have been popped, people have been dead, there have been trades all over the place. You know, everything is going on, nothing's going on. And we do. We clutch it out. So good. Now, what are we looking at though? We have Venture ult, and we have Rally. If we're ult tracking, they have Grab. Soldier Note. And I know in the that we were talking, I didn't hear this Soldier Note. I don't know if she uses it right here, but I didn't hear it whenever she does use it as well. So, even not in the game, needing that pressure. Okay, so, oh, Brandon, why are you over here? Excuse me. Oh, did I reach the limit? No. I shouldn't have skipped. Fuck.
Have we been here before?
Ah, there we go. Yeah, I know you died that fight, Brandon, but were we going in that much faster? You weren't back here. Oh, fuck. Yeah. That's my fault. I just wanted to get one more rewind in. Flew too close to the sun. C6. It already exists in my list? Or where the fuck is it then? No. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna let this play through so I don't get DC'd again. I skip too much. So anyway, trying to remember what we had into that last fight of the next map is that with that Venture ult, we don't even need the ult to do the Malga Venture combo of the Slam Dig. So that should be our tool to just neutral get in and do something, and then we have the Venture ult as like a bonus. It doesn't have to necessarily be, you know, here's the Venture ult. Now, speaking of kind of patterns though, so Drag, you on that Venture, you kind of established that you're going to be active at the beginning of fights, and they see you as, you know, initiating fights. Like, they see the Venture, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, the Venture's gone now. Where did the Venture go, right? We should, if we're inertians, we need to be like saying, hey, this is, where is this person? Like, they're looking for a flank or whatever it is. So, on the opposite side of that pattern where you establish one thing and now you're doing a different thing. So just play the fight how you normally would, really, and use the ult as a differentiator within that fight, right? It's kind of the best way I can put it. It's a little bit convoluted way to put it, but keep playing with it too much. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm here and I'm not skipping. I just like to see things play out and then go back and dissect them.
Огонь по готовности.
Good map right there, though.
Score
Really, both maps.
2-1. Ready for battle.
If I do this, though.
Ready for battle.
How many can I get away with? I know I'm testing the waters a bit much, but I'm gonna do one more. We're just gonna do 3 skips. Full 3 minutes. No, other we can't see how much difference like ult charges here, right? Their Briggs at 90, we're at 50, their Stonehorn's 90, we're at 60 for Venture ult, so they're definitely getting the better of the initial ones. Okay. Now we are finally where we were.
Let's try that one more time.
Brandon! Use your blinks! The fuck? Walking around the map with 3 fucking blinks? No wonder you're so late. Jesus. I'm not saying use all 3, but fuck. Use some of them. But yeah, why are you standing there? I'm not gonna say that's why we lost this fight, but it certainly doesn't help, Brandon. Doesn't help. Doesn't help. That doesn't help. Maybe play the game. That makes it better. It gives your team a chance. Okay, so now, well, it's a 5v4, so that's not great. They use Grav. I would have liked us to use, to be honest, I don't know. I think it was something IRL. Well, yeah, I got nothing on that one then. Fine. You are released from your... Eee. Oh, that was great. Ugh, okay. Nightmare. Alright, so... My it was died, I think. Oh my fucking god. Seriously? Alright, well, you're back. I'm back on the hating you train. I'm blaming you this entirely for this fight. We should try. I'd like to get in there first with our Venture ult. And this is why waiting, you know, as like kind of like a pounce playstyle is really, really dicey. Because then they get to come in when they want to.
Excavation initiation.
And now we're in Grav. Or the Grav just ended, but we get a pick instead of them getting a pick. And I will say though, you waiting and raiding there and then pushing in like that did separate them enough where they don't get a big big grab. Now, I don't like how aggressive you were with it again. I feel like you could have played it safer and gotten a lot more value. And then I know we said that we didn't hear that. I heard the soldier on the replay right there, but we didn't hear it in game, so. Ooh, nice. Okay, so we get to kill on Zarya though. This is winnable. The biggest thing is target priority. So we traded. Now, unfortunately, it wasn't a good. I mean, it was a trade. There was no such thing as a bad trade in this instance. A DPS for a support's just way more valuable, but it, you know, it is what it is. Right there. I think right there, Matt, I think I would have liked you to let your charge run through all the way to here. With where the percentage was, you know, at 84 for them, it's going to be pretty tough to get a good contestant. So I think I would have liked you to keep pushing in. I think right there, Mystic, as well. I think you just... No, I think, yeah, you hold off going in right there. You are not going to get back as a full group now. And you didn't have to go in right there. Okay, so we called that our venture was going to touch. I don't think Matt, you... Oh, we might have heard it. Okay, so we established ventures touching though, and the only one that's going to be late is our brig. But so we established that venture was touching. So Silco, instead of jumping up like that and putting yourself in kind of an unsafe position, just play it like we're gonna get a touch, right? Just play it back here, and or even if you prefer here, it's fine. It's a little so, but it is, we trust that we're gonna get the touch in, and then it keeps you in a better spot. So now we got a 1v1 over there, Genji versus Tracer, and a 4v4 here. So it just kind of depends on who's gonna be better. Matt, I don't like this charge because you are completely out of LOS of the team, but you make it out, and that's what and on the aggressiveness right there, Dragon, just going in just a little bit too hard, and then they come in with dash, I'm sorry, with the Dragon Blade, and so now we're in a nice maneuvering though. Really good job by Silco right there. Mystic, you were kind of put in a awkward spot. I know you bashed this way with the Genji. I don't know if you were bashing to try and damage him or just bashing to get away from him. But so you're kind of in a bad spot, to be fair. And it's a rough spot anyway. In hindsight, you probably want to bash up these stairs, but again, it's hindsight, so it doesn't really count. And then from there, we're basically needing to stall as much as we can to get Juno ult here. And we get Cage, and we get a Pulse Bomb. But yeah. We actually do get the Juno ult, but yeah, so then we're down from there. So I would probably say the I forgot how close that was. Hold on. I think I'm gonna chance it. I think this is worth it. Fuck! Alright. It wasn't worth it. That is fucking frustrating. Okay. I am going to table that one. I know, Brandon, I know. I'm going to table that one. Blizzard World, I do want to go to GG3, 4. And I'm going to speed this one up. Now this map, I didn't see any of this map besides a couple of fights when you guys were on defense. So. Whoa, 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 it already started. Shit. Okay. Alright, so we're setting up here. I want to try and keep, so Juno we're using as like a consistent hero, so I do think we want to settle on who we want to play it if possible. So I don't know why you guys swapped here, but either way, it's fine. Alright, so now we're on the Ana. The Ana, I don't want the Ana up here, though. I want the Ana on the boat or over here. Or, honestly, I'd even rather have you on the floor. I don't want our Ana up there at all. And then our Soj should just be kind of floating, which we are. Okay. Alright, so we get a big anti, and we go in. Cool. Yeah, so we need... So a little bit better timing if Matt and Dragon if Dragon can go with Matt there faster, I think we get a kill on the Genji, I believe that was low. So just a little bit of a timing thing. But now we are kind of in a poke fight, which we don't want to be. So we are... Okay, ooh, another miscommunication, right? So Matt's backing out, but Dragon's kind of still going in. So we got to... Oh, Dragon's going really in. Yeah, I do not like that at all, Dragon. You got to play to live here. Yeah. And then we're just... Honestly, you guys should... Okay, I'm not going to speed it up. Maybe you guys don't lose this.
Barrier unsuccessful.
If we can get Matt out, or keep him alive. Oh, Silco, whoa, whoa, no, sir. There's no need for you to be going up here. You should always keep your positioning. It is not, the line that I like to use, it is not the support's job to die for the tank or DPS. You have to maintain your positioning, and even if you're back here, you still have eyes on him. I bet you die here. That's what I'm putting money on.
Do your worst.
Alright, there you go, yep. So, there's no reason for you to push up. I liked the push up by Matt to get the BAP, but he's a tank. He can and should be doing that. And then you guys should be either just going for the kills or getting out.
Hello.
Worst thing we can do is die late.
Hello there. Swing up fit.
Okay, alright.
Oi.
Okay, so with where we're at now...
Stop the payload.
Alright, so we got Sokol main, Matt, you're up there. Where's Dragon? Why can I not find Dragon? Oh, there you are. Okay. Alright. I definitely prefer us to be taking more aggressiveness here, but I understand taking the high ground. The Dragon frontlining, not really what we want, to be honest. Alright, so right here, it's a balance act, right? We can, and this is what I think a lot of teams need to be, or what a lot of teams don't take advantage of that we need to try, is use the payload as a scouting tool. Up in that top, we literally can see how many people are on point. We got one person on point. So if they are out of LOS of that one person, then it's a 5v4 that we can take. Or if, say, they got 3 people on the cart, we can see that. Now, where the cart is positioned, the map can support, them, so it's a really close, because if we go just too far over the stairs, then our supports lose LOS of ours, and they get LOS of theirs, so that's a tough balancing act right there. But just play it.
Disrupting.
Oh. Yeah. And with them having a Widow, the longer that the fights go on, the more value that the Widow's gonna find. So I think we swap off the Ana, and that way we can try and get more aggressive in here. And honestly, I think Brandon, I think you go to the Tracer. And that way we can play faster. Because just with Sigma and the Widow, the slower we play, the worse. The worse it is. And right here, or you guys got really lucky, to be honest. You probably should have just jumped off. Okay. So we're moving in here. They have 4 ults. Honestly, we have basically 4, so it should be anybody's fight. And this is a tempo thing, right? Even though we have 2, almost 4 ults, they use 2 first, and they have the upper hand. And now, even if we win the fight from a killing perspective, they got the point, so we lost the fight no matter what. Here we need to, Brandon. You should be in team point. Yep, there we go. Okay, in team point. We got okay. So we got really lucky here. Brandon, you should have been in team point. We're wrapping here to go for the Kiri Genji, and we just left our Ana main. The Sig 1000% should have killed Silco there. We should counter Lucky Stars that they're out. And yeah, Brandon's down a point as he should, so they reset him. And then you 3 should be resetting back as well.
Hello there.
Yeah, I don't like this at all. Even though he got a pick, their spawn's right there. Payload has forever to go. You guys should be backing up. Matt, you gotta be very careful. Okay, you don't go too far back, but if you went any further back, then your team doesn't even have LOS on you. Get a good anti. Yeah, we just don't have. We just don't have the follow. Oh, we have. I can't rewind it, but we have Blade there. We just saw. Oh, please tell me we go in with and get a good Blade. We saw them use Lamp. We saw them use Kiri.
Locking satellite vector.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Okay, so we don't need blades yet. Okay. I'm not privy to the comms, so I don't know what the call out was there, but I think I prefer Blade Cage instead of Blade Overclock. I don't want to rewind to even see if we have Blade there, but if we did, I prefer that combo because the Overclock, to be completely honest, doesn't need a whole lot to get going. But all right, so where we're at now, it's a 3v2, but they have a tank, which is just way more valuable. Ah, the Widow gets a pick. Right, bro. Okay. There wasn't a call out. Yes, we did have Blade when we popped Cage. Yeah, and you were in the spot. You had 5 volts. So if you don't plan it out, you're gonna burn and waste them all. We used 3, and we still technically lost the fight, even though it ended up as a 2v2 tank, and they have a tank alive, and they're moving the point, so they won the fight. Also, Brandy probably should have died to that Widow. Okay, so now though, are we nanoblading? Totally viable. What we can also do though is that, I know nanoblade is like the easiest thinking. We can nano Malga and slam in and blade at the same time. So either one. If we nano blade though, and even if we just regular blade, we have to make sure we're in a situation that we can support. Alright, so we're poking too much. We're poking too much. Are we getting the other 3 ults? Hell no. We're not getting any of those. If we just sit here and poke, all we're doing is allowing them time. We have to be setting the tempo here. Yeah, and they're just walking the card in. And yeah, they get a pick and they use rush and we still haven't popped either of those ults. And then we go in with it. We get one and a lamp. Yeah, so we took way too long. Way too long to go in right there. And then I kind of just, unfortunately, their Genji gets 2. Their Genji gets 2, and ours is only able to get 1. And this is why Nano Blade is just so... It really is risky. It really is, just because if you can't get... You have to get at least 2 people. If you don't get 2, then it's a wash. Or it's not a wash, I'm sorry, it's a loss. And then... Yeah, we're just trying to solve it. Yeah, that third point, that was just... I mean, when the fight started, it was around that corner. And we just sat there and poked 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 and poked. Like, we are not beating a Widow Sigma if we are on Malga, really anything, if we're just going to sit there and poke. On defense, it's all about knowing when to go in, but you got to go in. We didn't go in, basically, and just let them have it. Now, 3.5 minutes, that's, yeah, not a great defense, if I'm just being honest with you. But I say not a great defense, and it realistically is just because you guys didn't get enough fights in. If we should just, if on defense specifically, it's like, hey, this, like, I don't know what we're, like, nothing's working. Just stall and stall and stall and stall, and even if they're winning all of the fights, then you're stalling that payload and you're just sucking time and sucking time and sucking time and sucking time. Even if it's 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30, you're just stalling. It's not what you want to do, but sometimes you just get into a game and whether somebody's rolling or you're struggling, and you just can't get it to what you want it to be, right? I'm not sure if I like the Ana. It really depends, right? If they're gonna run poke, and when we're on defense, like, we can't control what they pick. So, but I think if we see that they're on a poke, I think we need to get off the Ana. Unless we're getting really good nades and we can get in with those, but that's about all we can get in with. Okay, why are we standing? Why are we standing here? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why we're standing there though. That's kind of weird. Yeah, I can be honest. I don't know what's going on here. This is very strange. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised Dragon died there. Like, once we lost Mystic, there's nothing to sustain you guys. That was very strange. So you guys didn't make a move, basically, until 30 seconds had already passed. Huh. Even if, sorry, I'll pause real quick. Even if, like, the plan is, hey, this person sneaks around back, and we looks for a flank, we still got to provide something else for the other team to look at, because it's just a simple, alright, we're playing Overwatch, the enemy team isn't showing themselves. What's going on? And an alarm bell should be pinging off. Like, it's like, something's weird. So you got to provide something for them to look at. Alright, a lot of waiting again. A lot of waiting. Okay. So we're using speed ring to get up top. And... okay, yeah, this is... with what you guys are attempting to do right here, I honestly, Silco, where you were at, I'd rather have you do that. You came in so late. I don't know if there was a mistimed communication or something, but I'm gonna say that I'm gonna, without hearing comms, it looks like it was on you because we had 3 people go up and then you were like super duper duper late. Now it doesn't mean it is on you. It could be on anybody, really. I don't know what we were saying here at this point. But now that you're here, though, what does the Ana provide? Because you're stuck in this corridor anyway, so it's not providing anything, right? We get a pick on the Widow, though, and what I'm really, really hoping happens here is that you guys stabilize and Brandon puts point pressure, and someone has to peel back for him. Yeah, okay, so this is perfect. Without knowing how the fight goes, Brandon gets a kill. It's a 5v4. 2 people are peeling back to point. So we're down here because that's a 2v1, but this is a 4v2 up here. Those numbers, that looks great for us. We should be able to take advantage of that. Alright, so we can't right there, and their BAP does turn around, so falling apart a little bit. But let's stabilize. It's a 4v4 though. No reason to panic or rush things. Alright, so, and this is why getting that point pressure is so important. Their BAP came here, the BAP went back here, and then now the BAP has nowhere to go because he's in the middle of nowhere, and he goes into this corner, which is just a death sentence. Now, let's look at HP pools. Okay, we're looking good HP wise. Their Genji's gonna die, is dumping on our Ana. So the question is, does he get the Ana, or can we move? Alright, so good. So Ana rotates towards the team. She does get killed, but it took him a decent amount of time to get that kill. Ooh, but okay, so Mystic gets hit really fast. And now it's a 2v2. So this is a mechanical. Who is better mechanics? Right? Now granted, we do have a tank up, so that's a really, really big advantage, but it's still just a 2v2. Okay. And now it's back to a 2v2, just as we're getting our venture here. Oh, come on, the Genji! Ah. Couldn't get the Genji. So that's kind of one of the things, that's kind of like a mechanical thing a little bit, right? Where it's just the Genji gets 2 completely by himself. He gets our Ana and our Juno just without any help whatsoever. And then I don't want to rewind to watch it, but then so it's a 2v2 though after all said and done, and they just win that 2v2. So a little bit of a mechanics in there. We definitely just from what we've done and played in that and scrimmed and all that, we struggle against Genjis a lot. Like we're very, very weak against the Genjis. I don't hesitate to swap to something. You know, there's certain heroes that are bad, just period. Like, there's no scenario where you'd be like, oh, we're struggling, let me swap Mercy. Like, that's not a thing. But like, okay, this Genji's just like fucking me up, right? But I need to be getting, we need a lot of heals still at the same time, right? Or just go to the Moira. Again, we're plat, we're diamond. There's like, just do what we can do and take advantage of what we can, right? Moira's pretty good against Genji. Not a full-on counter, but she's pretty good, right? And I understand here we have that nano. This is kind of more of a overall thing. Okay, so we are going up top again. The biggest, going up top is fine. I like going up top or flushing them out. But now again, Silco's left alone. Whether it was miscommunicated when you're going in or he was slow on the uptake, he's gonna die here. Okay, I lied. He's not gonna die here. He should have died there, but he didn't die there. Okay. So, but even apart from that, though, we're taking the high ground. Why? That should always be our question. Why am I taking the high ground? Why am I taking point? Why am I taking this space? Why am I moving here? There has to be a reason. It can't just be, well, the high ground's good. Okay? Do they need the high ground? Right? Now, in this comp, they like the high ground. So fine, flushing them out, that's totally okay, right? It's an instance where, like, okay, let's flush them out, and they're on dive anyway, so does it do anything if we clear the high ground? No. They'll just jump back up there if they want to anyway when we drop. But if and I know Brandon and I kind of talked about it a little bit after this the scrim when I got back on, is that you can try and just get to the point, and this is where that Moira or something with more survivability over the Ana, because you're not on the Lucio, but you can speed ring and like get up and go this way, and you can go to point, or if you want to speed ring, I mean, no, I would say you could technically like get underneath them, but I don't really like that. So you could speed ring kind of and do that and get to point. So here, with that, by the way, though, Silco got a good sleep on the Genji, and that's why he was able to survive right here. So we get a good kill. That's a really good kill on their Kiriko. They had rush, but we're still really low. So this is very dicey. So they flux. Alright, so we should be resetting because that's definitely a loss. Alright, so right in here, again, pretty about the best we could hope for. We got 2 ults out of them, being the flux. And Matt is, I mean, you could, if you really want to be picky, you know, charge towards there and reset, but you're Malga. It's not like you have the best mobility ever. Alright, we're coming up on 5 ults though. Oh. Sorry. And they threw a pulse bomb and they miss. Alright, so good. And now we are doing something different. Perfect. Alright, now especially if we see that they missed rock, that's a go. That's a go for us to get in there. Alright, and now we're rushing to point. Now the only problem right here is, again, we're split with when we're doing it. Mystic and Silco. Mystic's on the way, but Silco is really far back, so well, you guys are already on point, so they're not even going to have eyes on you. Yeah, so now Silco is just stuck. Just completely stuck. He cannot move past there. But if he stays there, he's probably going to die too. Alright, Tracer, yep. So he's getting jumped on. Oh, Matt does peel back, but just not in time. I'm sorry, the dragon tries to go in, and we get a pulse bomb, but we miss. And yeah, so now we're kind of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what's gonna stick, but yeah. So even that last one right there is, I can't tell you why, but why is Silco being left behind like pretty consistently, right? That was kind of like each time we tried to go in there, he was getting left behind, which makes it almost impossible if they're going to punish you guys. So in hindsight, honestly, it wasn't. I know it's kind of a roll if you look at the times and they capped and you guys didn't, but definitely not as bad as I thought it was going to be. The way that you guys defended just didn't allow for any time to be sapped away, right? And that's kind of what makes it look worse than it is. You just didn't take enough fights, and the fights that you did were nowhere near the point anyway. So they just pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to go through Antarctic and then try and find the third map. So we're gonna call it there. Maybe I will tomorrow. Oh no, the match is at 4. Probably just do the league match and that. But all right, we will call it a day there. And then I think Brandon might want to do one. I don't know. I'll see with him.